That afternoon, I sent my husband a sweet message, telling him how much I loved him and how I couldn't wait to hold him that night. His reply came instantly, warm and loving. "I love you more than anything." The irony cut deep because I wasn't alone. I was lying in bed with another man, Daniel, who had his arm wrapped around me. Yet, through my words, I played the role of the devoted wife, speaking lies I didn't mean. It hadn't started like this. Daniel was just a friend at first, a light in my lonely days when my husband was swallowed by long work hours and our conversations became brief and tired. I told myself I deserved more, and when Daniel offered attention and laughter, I accepted it. One innocent coffee led to secret lunches, and before I knew it, I was tangled in something I couldn't control. The first time I crossed the line, guilt overwhelmed me. I promised it would never happen again, but the thrill of being wanted, of feeling alive, pulled me back. I convinced myself I could balance both lives, keep my marriage intact, while stealing moments with Daniel. Every time I sent my husband loving texts, a part of me screamed in betrayal. That day, lying beside Daniel and texting my husband, I thought I was clever. I thought I was hiding well. But what I didn't realize was that my husband had already started to suspect. He noticed the subtle signs, the way I smiled at my phone, the late dinners with friends, the growing distance between us. He didn't confront me immediately. Instead, he watched quietly, tracking my movements, checking bank records, piecing together my lies. He loved me, but he knew the truth was darker than I dared admit. When I sent that message, he already knew where I was. That night, I came home and tried to act normal. I kissed him, set the table, and talked about my day. But he sat across from me in silence, eyes heavy with pain I couldn't name. His coldness grew in the following days. His texts lost their warmth, his hugs became rare, and when I reached for him, he didn't reach back. I told myself it was just a rough patch, but fear gnawed at my heart. Then one evening, he asked me the question that shattered my world. "Who is he?" Panic gripped me. I scrambled for lies, but his eyes held the truth before I spoke a word. He showed me the evidence, screenshots of my location, credit card receipts, photos of me and Daniel. The room felt like it was closing in. I begged and cried, swore it meant nothing, that I loved him and could stop. But he saw through me. He didn't yell or lash out. Instead, he spoke with heartbreaking calm. "I gave you my trust, my love, my life. You chose to break it all. I can't stay married to someone who lies to my face." His voice cracked, but his resolve was unbreakable. Within a week, the divorce papers were served. Seeing divorce written on those pages shattered me in ways I hadn't imagined. I thought our history would save us, but my betrayal had cut too deep. My husband wanted freedom, not forgiveness. Daniel, the man I risked everything for, vanished quickly. He didn't want a woman with a broken marriage. I was left alone. No husband, no lover, just the hollow silence of my choices echoing through an empty house. The divorce went through smoothly. My husband didn't fight. It was as if he had already let me go. When I signed the final papers, I realized I had lost not just a marriage, but the only man who ever truly loved me. His loyalty was priceless, and I had thrown it all away for fleeting thrills. Now, whenever I look back, I remember that moment. The moment I texted my husband words of love while lying in another man's arms. That was the day I truly lost him. The divorce was only the final stamp on a mistake I will regret for the rest of my life. I once had a husband who would have loved me forever. But because of my lies, I now live with nothing but the memory of what I destroyed. And that is a punishment no court could ever decree.